What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are on a fantastic day today, and today we have the trip report on the American Airlines Airbus A321Neo from Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I hope you guys are excited, and without any further delay, let's begin. Welcome to Gate Alpha 7 as we're currently getting ready to board this American Airlines Airbus A321Neo November 404 Alpha November with service back out to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. If you guys have not got a chance to check out the Dallas and Phoenix day trip content, including the Phoenix layover vlog, I highly recommend checking it out and getting caught up to speed on what all is built up to this Airbus A321Neo trip report. Speaking of this Airbus A321Neo, this will be the first time flying on one for me, and I was super excited. I was getting ready to board in Group 6, and without any further delay, let's get on board and get in our seat 12A. Welcome to seat 12A. As you can tell, we have an awesome amount of legroom, especially for a flight of this length. I'm 5'11" for retrospective. There's the universal power outlet looking really nice. The Seatback Contents, as you can see right here. We have the tray table right here as well. Panning over to the USB port, which was a really nice addition to the Oasis cabin. The device holder and the American Way magazine. And panning over to this amazing engine wing view combo. Take a look at that.
Forecast not a guarantee. Please pay attention to that seatbelt sign. If I put it on, it's on for a darn good reason. One other mandatory briefing. The federal government, CDC, and TSA have all issued orders regarding wearing that face mask. Yes, it's now a federal offense, not...
Let's push back, everybody. Stay on the lookout for the full pushback and engine start video, as it was an absolutely awesome sequence. During pushback, we had an unfortunate sequence go down. I was trying to prop my iPhone 12 Pro Max between the headrest of my seat and the inside of the fuselage to essentially act as a tripod for my camera. As you guys could tell, it was working really well during the time-lapse footage as it was very stable. Unfortunately though, I accidentally moved my seat and my phone fell through the crack between the seat and the fuselage. Luckily though, there was a nice lady seated behind me and she was able to get my phone. Take a look at this.
Takeoff. Individual reading light controls.
That was rather interesting. Anyways, we taxied out and I thought we were going to head to the active runway, but we actually made a left turn for a rather interesting reason.
Thought the weather was all the way through there. We get out of here unscathed. They've put a ground stop for traffic coming into DFW, so we are over here in a penalty box, and they're going to update us at 1/2 the hour. So we got about 30 minutes. We're going to sit here to get an update. Hopefully it'll be good news and we can get out of here pretty quick, but for the meantime, we're going to shut them down and sit here for about 30 minutes.
And as you guys can see, we made our way over to the penalty box because DFW was in a ground stop. Now the reason DFW was in a ground stop, as you guys may have heard from the pilot, was because there was severe thunderstorms in the DFW area. As you guys can see in this screenshot, the thunderstorms weren't too bad, especially for Texas standards, but hey, I'm very appreciative of the regulations to keep air travel as safe as possible. I got very lucky to be set up in an awesome spot to do some plane spotting out the window, so why don't we do some? Even though the camera wouldn't focus, I got to see the United Airlines 737 MAX 9 we got to see in the layover vlog again, which was really nice.
Yeah, we'll get out of here and underway for Dallas-Fort Worth Airport pronto. So if you're up and about, please make it back to your seat, strap in, and we'll be taxiing here in just a couple.
After about 35 minutes, the ground stop was finally lifted at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and about 45 minutes behind schedule, it was finally time to make our way over to the active runway. We left the penalty box and taxied back by Terminal 4 down Taxiway Charlie before making a right turn and taxiing down Taxiway Romeo all the way down to the Echo 13 entrance for runway 25 right. Now guys, let me tell you, this is by far one of the best takeoffs I've ever been on and probably will ever be on, as I'm just saying right now, this was absolutely incredible. visualize you guys are about to witness. Between the perfect lighting situation, the amazing Phoenix scenery, and downtown Phoenix as well, it was absolutely amazing. We also cannot forget the CFM LEP engines on the American A321Neo. I don't think it gets any better than this. I hope you guys take the time to watch this. Don't forget to check out the takeoff video when that comes out, as it was absolutely breathtaking. Let's do it, everybody. That was a stunning takeoff from Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. As you guys saw, we had the Southwest MAX 8, the Air Canada A22300, along with the American grounded aircraft all there on the tarmac. We had downtown Phoenix, which was so nice. I forgot how close all the buildings were to each other, so that was super cool to witness. And of course, all the mountains behind and all the urban areas, just so cool. We ended up making a really solid 150-degree turn back to our left to head back towards Dallas-Fort Worth to get up to our cruising altitude of 31,000 feet, and it was a beautiful afternoon to climb, so let's do as such. Also, don't forget to check out that full takeoff video from Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport when it comes out. You will not regret seeing the full views that takeoff provided. It was absolutely amazing. It wasn't the most eventful climb up to 31,000 feet inside the cabin, but it most certainly was outside the cabin, as you guys can see by these views. Taking a little bit more of an in-depth look here at our seat, here's the seat belt looking very nice, as we can see right here. The armrests I think are honestly a little bit wonky, but hey, what more can you expect on Oasis and Kodiak, but still not horrible, I suppose. Here's the seat back. I honestly think that the legroom is very adequate for this seat, and I thought it was really nice. I'm 5'11" for retrospective, like we were talking about earlier, and also the power outlet looking really nice. It was 355 and we were cruising at a very nice pace, and take a look at these views, man, these clouds. Very interesting, but very cool to look at, most certainly, and rest in peace to the American way. Panning it on over to the American Airlines Airbus A321Neo lavatory. As you can tell, it is pretty nice. Here's me right here, as you can see, the sink and soap dispenser, and unfortunate to see that. Hopefully it's not a common occurrence, but as you can see, some paper towels there on the ground. Very unfortunate, most certainly. Panning it on over, we have the baby rack, as you can tell, and then the toilet right here, pretty nicely kept right there outside the towels. So yeah, not too bad, but pretty unfortunate, pretty wide as well. And here we go with the Seatback Contents. Right here we have the American Airlines Airbus A321Neo safety card. I've always found the configuration absolutely awesome on the A321Neo, kind of similar to the 737-900, so that's really cool. And of course we have the water evacuation information, if I can even get it open, which is really awesome and is very helpful, of course. All the information in the safety card, pardon me, of course, very important, of course. And here's the back right here, as we can see. Panning it on over to the American Way magazine. Gonna dearly miss these. Super glad that we at least get to look through it a couple more times. But the American Way is such an awesome component to American Airlines. Unfortunately now gone. Maybe they'll do a digital magazine in the future. Who knows? There was a little sticker on that, it looks like. And here is the air sickness bag, which is very needed. You never know, especially with the virus. Who knows? And then here is the device holder. Now I put my iPhone 12 Pro Max on it, and it was able to fit, but it propped up on that area, that kind of in place engrooved area, rather than the actual prop up thing. So it's more meant for tablets, but cell phones do prop up on it. And there's the USB, like we talked about. So very nice stuff right here, as we can see. And as we can see, there's where the American Way magazine goes in that little holder right there, and a bunch of stuff in the Seatback Contents, looking very nice. The American Airlines Airbus A321Neo doesn't have a rich history by any means in the American Airlines fleet, but most certainly has a solid presence in the American Airlines fleet, as American Airlines currently has 36 of these Airbus A321Neos with an additional 34 on order. American Airlines has used these aircraft to replace the Boeing 757 and 767 even to a degree on tons of flights around North America. American Airlines has 196 seats equipped on these Airbus A321Neos, with 20 first class seats in a 2-2 configuration for the first 5 rows, main cabin extra taking up 47 seats in a 3-3 configuration till about the emergency exit, and then 129 main cabin seats in a 3-3 configuration as well to round out the latter half of the aircraft. The American Airlines Airbus A321Neo is mainly utilized at American Airlines' West Coast hubs in Phoenix and Los Angeles, flying numerous flights to Hawaii and the US mainland as well. You can also find these aircraft across the other hubs, but not to the significant degree that they are at Phoenix and Los Angeles. The first class cabin has 37 inches of pitch with 41 inches of width. The main cabin extra has 33 to 38, in most cases 33 inches of pitch with 17-18 inches of width. And then finally, the main cabin has a solid 30 inches of pitch with 17-18 inches of width. All of the American Airlines Airbus A321Neos are currently fitted with the Oasis cabin, which most certainly isn't perfect, especially in first class, but it's not the absolute worst thing in the world, especially for the economy product and the bring your own entertainment model. I'm really excited to see how American Airlines will long-term utilize these aircraft in their fleet. I would not be surprised if they end up flying some transcontinental routes, even though I believe the XLR will primarily do that, but I'm really excited to see what will happen with the American A321Neo fleet for many years to come. The aircraft is absolutely awesome, and I'm a huge fan of it, and like I said, I'm very excited to see where the aircraft goes. This is my first time on an Airbus A321Neo, and obviously, as you guys can tell, I've really enjoyed it. It's an absolutely awesome aircraft, and I really like these LEP engines as well. That was most certainly a highlight. And then seat 12F. What more would you want than a seat like this? Just absolutely awesome, highly recommended. The dual window setup and the amazing engine wing view combo, it is absolutely awesome. So well done, American, with this one seat alignment. It's actually really good. But yeah, that's a full rundown on the American Airlines Airbus A321Neo. As you guys can tell, cruise hasn't been too eventful. There has been some awesome clouds which have been really cool, but outside of that, it's been pretty uneventful, but it's been very enjoyable. I've really enjoyed it, so let's keep looking at these amazing views, most certainly. After a calm hour-and-a-half cruise, it was time for descent into Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We would be landing in a cloudy DFW environment today after the thunderstorms rolled through earlier in the day. The Southern Plains has some of the best sunsets out there, and let me tell you that this approach was absolutely no exception to that rule of thumb. As you guys can see, there was a little gap where the sun made way through for a beautiful sunset, and unfortunately I was on the wrong side of the aircraft to get to see all of it, but at least I got a little glimpse of it, as you can see right here. What a beautiful sunset on this February evening. Today we'll be landing on runway 35 center at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Now, if you watched the previous trip reports, you may be wondering, did DFW's flow change between the time we left earlier that day on the American Airlines Airbus A321 and coming back on this flight now this evening? It most certainly did. The flow changed from a south flow with a south wind to a north flow with a north wind because the cold front came in during the time that we were gone and brought the thunderstorms and a different wind direction, which I thought was really, really cool. Now, it's not necessarily uncommon for DFW to have a north wind, especially in the winter. However, it's still really nice to get this different view of DFW landing, as most of the time this flow is from the south and most people get to see the arrival from the north side of the airport. I was very excited for this approach, as we would have a parallel landing with the heavy cargo aircraft along with some really cool views of DFW. Our approach was rather simple. We came in straight and made a left 90-degree turn to line up with runway 35 center at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. I hope you guys are excited for this approach and landing. Don't forget that the full approach and landing video will be coming very, very soon. Stay tuned for it. It is really, really good. But nevertheless, as we approach runway 35 center, I'm going to be giving you guys my final thoughts on this flight and my opinions of how it went. I thought American Airlines did an excellent job with this flight. Even though it was common uneventful, I still had a great time watching the spectacular views outside the window and listening to those LEP engines all flight long. The crew was awesome, the seat was nice, and the experience was very satisfying. 12F on the American A321Neo is one of the best window, wing view, engine combos you'll find, and I highly recommend it. What a wonderful seat. Like I said, don't forget to check out the full landing video when that comes out. Anyways, here's the landing on runway 35 center at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Enjoy. Welcome to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Unfortunately, due to the ground stop earlier in the day, all of American's mainline gates were occupied due to flights that were delayed due to that ground stop. So unfortunately, we had to taxi up to the thresholds between 17 left and 17 right to hold and wait for a gate to open.
In the positive category, I'm looking at a dozen jets up here at the north end of the airport that are doing the same thing we're doing, waiting for their gates. It's a bit of a chocolate mess still here, gate space-wise, so hopefully, I know hope's not a very good strategy, but hopefully some of these connecting flights are delayed just as much as we are, and that you're going to be able to make your connection to get where you need to go. But I'll keep you updated the best I can. But for now, our gate is occupied. We're just going to have to wait until they call us. Do appreciate your patience. Thank you very much.
Waiting for a gate surprisingly only lasted roughly 10 minutes, as gate Alpha 22 at the Alpha Concourse opened up within 10 minutes, which really surprised me. All in all, we ended up getting to the gate only 30 minutes late, so between that and the ground stop, very, very impressive. Thank you guys so much for watching this trip report on board the American Airlines Airbus A321Neo from Phoenix Sky Harbor to Dallas Fort Worth. I really appreciate it. The next videos up in this trip will be the takeoff and landing from this flight, followed by the final leg of the Dallas and Phoenix day trip from February 28th, 2021, which will be the DFW layover vlog during the nighttime, which was really cool. The American Airlines Airbus A319 trip report with the fence tips, and the takeoff and landing from that video, and the conclusion vlog at Tulsa International Airport. I really hope you guys are excited for these upcoming videos. Don't forget that you can check out the full Dallas and Phoenix day trip playlist that I made with all the videos from this trip. I really feel like you guys would enjoy that if you guys haven't seen those videos already. Citrus Aviation also wanted me to mention his Neo Pro Max joke for the American Airlines Airbus A321Neo. He was literally spamming my phone when we were getting ready to take off, so I definitely wanted to mention that for him. With all that being said, I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this trip report on the American Airlines Airbus A321Neo. It was absolutely awesome, and I'm so excited to hopefully fly another one in the near future. But nevertheless, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.